Welcome to episode 20 of Nurturing Words, Voices of Experience, a podcast by the Motherless Daughters Ministry. Our episode today talks about being a motherless daughter at the holidays. My name is Gina Ellis, and I'm a volunteer with our podcast team. Our team members decided we wanted to get together and share some of our experiences with you at this season of Christmas. So today, what you will hear is several of our team members introducing themselves and talking with you about their experiences. Let's join them now.
Hi, my name is Kristin. My mother was emotionally absent from a very young age of mine growing up. Holidays were not the best. My parents were divorced, so a lot of the holidays were spent between the adults fighting over which house the kids would go to. So I never really liked Christmas. Well into my adulthood, it wasn't that positive, cheery, happy time that I saw other families having. Just to get through the holidays when I did have my mother in my life, a lot of it was just kind of let her run the show. So getting through the holidays when I was younger was very difficult just because of the emotionally absent, my parents being divorced, them fighting over what kids are going to what house. Just not a very happy time. As I got older and I met my now husband, we started creating really our own Christmas, our own traditions. While I don't have my mother in my life, I do have my husband's mother, my mother-in-law. She's absolutely amazing cook. She gets you the most sweetest presents ever. She's just everything you would want a mom to be. And so that's what's really made the holidays easier, in that I do have a mother figure that I can look up to, and a mother figure who does those really nice Christmas things for you and makes Christmas special. If you don't have a relationship with your mother, I haven't talked to my mother since I was 25. That was about 15 years ago. That was a boundary I had to put down because mentally, emotionally, verbally, my mother is abusive. And so that is a relationship that I cannot have in my life if I want to be a functional adult. So that boundary that I set 15 years ago stays in place. I know the holidays are a time of nostalgia, and when you really want to work out any differences and you want all the people in your family around you, I let that boundary stay in place because I know just because it's Christmas doesn't make my mother a better mother. It doesn't make my mother not do some of the abusive things that she does. Other words of encouragement for motherless daughters, I would say just create your own Christmas. You know, it doesn't have to look like anyone else's Christmas. It doesn't have to be what you think Christmas is supposed to be. What do you enjoy? What brings you joy? What food do you like? What kinds of things do you like to do? And do those things. And just in my personal experience, that's helped me get through the holidays.
Hello, my name is Gina, and I am a volunteer with Motherless Daughters Ministry. Holidays growing up for me were very enjoyable. My mother loss is a double mother loss right now. I lost my mother due to narcissism and, by definition, emotionally absence from a young age, and then she passed away about 5 years ago. But growing up, the holidays were one of the times that I did not experience the emotional absence. For the holidays, we spent it with my mother's side of the family, extended family, rather small, my grandma, my grandpa, and my aunt. And we had just a lot of fun, a lot of food. They would play card games. And it was one of those times during the year where it was okay for the focus to be on me. And it was okay for me to have feelings and have them validated and owned by myself. And so I have wonderful memories of holidays. As a young adult, in about my middle ages, about 20 years ago, I moved away from our family. And so I did not travel to our holiday gatherings just because of the distance. And so it's been quite a few years since I had holidays with my mother. After my mother passed away. So the holidays now, I have my own family. I'm married and I have 2 grown adult children and a couple of grandchildren. And I will say one of the things that took me by surprise as a motherless daughter was that when I would try to remember holidays and remember my mom at holidays, I really didn't have that many memories. And a unique piece of my grief story is that my mother's birthday is actually a few days before Christmas. And I realize now as an adult and as someone who's lost their mom, and I think back on it, I realize we didn't really celebrate my mom's birthday. And it makes me kind of sad even now to think that we really didn't celebrate her life during her birthdays because it was overshadowed by the holidays. And that has just been a new piece of my grief journey. And so that's one of the things that I would leave you with today with encouragement would be, one, as you continue in your life and with your mother loss, whatever your mother loss looks like, that you are able to just seek out joy for yourself and for your own current situation, those things that do bring you joy during the holidays, and focus on that. And then the second would be that grief is a journey. I didn't expect when I was looking back on my first or my second or my third Christmas without my mother alive on this earth and think that I was going to think about her birthday. And grief is like that. It's unexpected and it just kind of comes and hits you out of nowhere at different times. And even throughout the holidays, you might be going along and things are going well and you can look back on a memory and feel peace and joy about it. And then the next minute, some obscure thing will happen and take you right down with it into something that's sad instead. And both are okay. And we can hold both in our hands and still be okay with it. So grief is a journey, and enjoy the holidays and focus on the joy.
Hi, this is Dottie, member of the podcast team with Motherless Daughters. My mother loss was an early loss. I was 16 when she died from cancer. My mother and I were very close. Holidays with her were wonderful. Her and I used to decorate the house together. We would get all the Christmas decorations out. My dad would put together our artificial tree. And Mom and I would play Christmas music and dance around the living room, decorating and putting the ornaments on the tree and decorating the windows with the peel and stick decorations and put together the Christmas village. And Mom always put the tinsel garland on the tree. She always made it look like snow, and I would follow behind her, carried it, and she always made it look wonderful. Now that she's gone, I have a difficult time decorating. I still live in the house that I grew up in. I purchased the house for my parents, and that may contribute to some of my difficulty because it's the same living room that I used to decorate with my mother, but she's no longer here. So I think that does contribute to my feelings of loss during the holidays. I also live alone with my cat, so it's difficult to decorate for yourself, especially if some of that decorating is painful because it reminds me of who is no longer here. I spend the holidays with my dad and my new family, my stepbrothers and their families, and I also spend the holiday with my mom's sister and family. During the COVID season in 2020, it was different. I spent the holiday alone with just my cat, but I made the best of it. I dropped off a present to a friend, and I also picked up some Indian food for dinner and played online video games with one of my work friends. And it was actually a decent holiday. It was different, but, it was okay. My living room was still pretty much undecorated because I struggle with decorating during the holidays. To encourage other motherless daughters, just make the best of the holiday. Do what you can to make the best of it, even if it's creating a new tradition that is helpful to you and reaching out to friends and other people. A lot of people are lonely during the holidays and may like to play video games or connect with you as well, or receive a present on their doorstep. Just make something special out of it and find new traditions.
Well, I hope that you found today's episode a piece of encouragement for you at this season. No matter where you're at on your mother loss journey or what type of mother loss you've had, I hope what you heard today as our gift to you of encouragement is that, one, make sure you're caring for yourself at this season especially. It is okay to set boundaries and healthy. I know that at this time of year it's harder, but your health is worth it. Realize also that grief is going to ebb and flow. Be present in the moment. We hope that you spend some precious time enjoying this season, and we are grateful for you. Thank you for listening. Healing from mother loss is a lifelong journey filled with grief, growth, and grace. The scars go deep and the pain can be relentless. Mother loss affects every aspect of a woman's being, regardless of age of loss or how the loss occurred. Our Monday virtual support groups are the life raft you've been needing. Here we offer you a safe space where motherless daughters can deepen relationships and develop a support network for continuous healing. Regardless if you lost your mother through death or through emotional absence or narcissism, you do not have to walk this journey alone. For more information, visit our website at motherlessdaughtersministry.com and click on the Groups and Classes tab. Thank you for joining us here at Motherless Daughters Ministry. If you need more nurturing words, we encourage you to have a listen to other episodes of this podcast. Don't forget to hit the subscribe or follow button so you can join us again next time.